Hey gang, it's Patdees here, 72, and I had to re-upload this video because apparently I gave out my phone number on here thinking I had split it, but it had shut down and I had missed it. So I had to take that one down. I tried trimming it and editing it, and I just didn't like what was happening with it. So I'm going to try this one more time, but it's taken me like an extra 2 hours to do this. So, and I thought this was a valuable, information for people that want to up their limits. You'll see also my eBay store rotating logo. What you do is you have your art, your at the top, but then you have a little area that you can put like a logo, and since Patdees doesn't have a logo, what I do is we change it up based on holiday of the month. So you can see for April we have a rabbit. Last month we had a four-leaf clover. It's just to keep people interested in seeing and being a little different and staying on top. So thanks again for checking out my channel and these videos. It's greatly appreciated. It's been a long day. I was on the Bearded Picker show this morning for 2 hours, and I thought we had a good conversation, and the show went fast for 2 hours. So, all right, and if you guys don't forget, on Sunday night we do the Sunday show. So if you can check that out, it'd be greatly appreciated. It's either Borderline Hoarderish, the Shamrock Pixie, myself, Patdees72, and Tommy, the Bargain Effect. So we rotate it from week to week. So if you can check, there's always links in the reminder of the week that I do. So thanks again.
Patdees72 here. I wanted to make this video. I've been selling on eBay since 1998, but the problem I have right now is I can list, it says $228.72 more or 75 items. That's the problem when listing a lot of things that are, let's say, averaging $20. Currently right now I have about 5,600 items, $5,600 and 325 items. So simple math. Let me run the calculations here. 252 items right now. Yeah, the average item I have listed is $22. So even having the ability to list 75 items more at 22 would be like another $1,650, but I'm cut off at $228.72. Now I'm trying to because my account, people can see it, and people that follow me on YouTube and other people that follow me on social media, I have a separate account which I could list some of those items on that account through my son that we do, and we're building it up. We're trying to keep that one as, in a sense, it's not Patdees. So because I got all these clothing, high-end clothing and belts and shirts and pants and stuff, I gave my store out to that gentleman that gave me the stuff to sell for him. And I want him to have access to all that on there. But the problem is I'm limited to how much I can sell. And the reason I'm limited is just because I haven't been selling enough. And also what happened was, at one time I could list $25,000. It wasn't a problem. But part of the problem is because I've been kind of spotty the last couple of years. I would list stuff, and not sell nothing maybe for 6 months, or even not even list nothing. Just because my time was consumed with the restaurant that I owned, and then also my time the last really 2.5 years was consumed with treatment and surgeries and stuff related to having breast cancer. So I want to show you guys what I'm going to do is I'm going to request to list more and how we do that. So I'm going to click on a tab. My son Joshua is holding his camera, so he's going to record the conversation on what we do. What I'm hoping is that basically they will up that to around $8,000 or $10,000. This way I can get all that stuff listed on there. And I may even change then, my how many items I can list in my store instead of a basic store subscription, which is $250 fixed prices. I may change it to 1,000 because it'll be more effective. But I may wait because it says right now, I just noticed that I only have to list 22 more items. So I may actually wait till next week, April the 1st. That's another thing is, and I thought about this last month. I was going to click on relist items that had ended, and I ran out of how many I had. And had I clicked them, it was like the day before the month started, I would have paid about another $15 in fees at the 35-cent listing charge. So I purposely waited the next day and then relisted them to avoid that extra surcharge that month. So sometimes you got to think about that and don't just automatically relist. I think that's why some people are complaining about the good to cancel, because if they're not paying attention to that and they have a lot of listings, they're going to automatically go over their threshold, thus creating another 35-cent fee. With eBay having millions, maybe even billions. I mean, maybe billions is an exaggeration, but I'm sure there's over hundreds of millions of listings on there. And if they're getting 35 cents more just on even 10 million more listings a month, that's 3.5 at 10 million listings. That's what, $3.5 million. So that adds up a lot to the bottom line for eBay. So it's really gonna that people aren't being lazy and not paying attention to those. So sometimes you're gonna have to go in there, and if you're not selling stuff, if stuff is dead, it's not selling on the platform, you maybe want to take it off or change it up. One of the things I did is when I started listing more things, I changed my store subscription to save me some money, because as I didn't have a store before, I was just constantly relisting. I was calculating the math, and I was like, man, it's cheaper to have X amount. If it's 15 cents, if you say 15 cents a listing and you have 1,000 listings a month, that's $150. So that's about $1,900 a year. So see how 15 cents could add up. I'm always good with numbers, so I can always quick look at that and stuff. But now that I'm doing this, trying to do it more full time, I'm not saying I'm doing this full time because it's not the only thing that I'm doing. With doing Instacart and property management and doing Amazon. But, the goal is to build this up into a steady stream of income over really the next 2 years is to have it. So that's my goal. So, all right, let's request to list more. Go on the bottom of the screen where it tells me my monthly limits. Now, what happens is when you request the higher selling limits, I'll kind of share this in the I'll take a picture of this and share it in what happens. It says eBay request higher selling limits. Here are some ways to list more items on B. Select one way to, and the only way is to click on talk to us on the phone. So pause a second. Okay, sorry about that. I had gotten a message on Facebook, so I wanted to respond to that. And, a guy that meant a lot to me in the Subway business just announced that he's going to retire. So I wanted to respond to him. And he's still a young guy, but, we used to own Subway franchises for years and still kind of in touch with the guy. So he was the one that reached out to us back in 2001 with a tremendous opportunity. So hold on, I'm going to get right back to you because I want to respond to this. All right, sorry about that. Like I said, I had gotten a message through Facebook, and the guy, it's not funny, but it kind of is. He's 61 years old, and he's probably been Subway territory development agent for probably 30 years. And 61 years old, he said he doesn't have the patience for it no more, and he's moving on with his life, which I kind of can't blame him. My wife is actually involved in running Subway, and she's losing her patience again with it because of the company that owns the gas station that the Subway is in. Just basically sits in an office and doesn't see the need for good employees or what my wife has to put up with. And, that's one thing I hate about depending upon a paycheck, relied on other employees that frankly sometimes don't give a damn. They don't want to show up to work. Every week someone's quit and they're not showing up. But that's not what this video is about. It was this one was requesting higher eBay limits, but in the middle of doing this, I got that message and kind of got sidetracked a little bit. So just wanted to share the thought and what was going on in my head. That's why we paused it and stuff. And, you know, it is part of the conversation. This is why many of you want to sell online or do things. And this is why we eventually want to do it where we can, you know, work from home or work from the road, and again, work for ourselves, but not own a restaurant again, just because of relying on employees. Relying on employees is very, very tough anymore. The competition for good employees is fierce anymore. So, okay, so let's move on. Let's call eBay. Now we're going to click continue. Okay, it's call us. Estimated wait time is. Now, what happens is it asks you to dial an 866 number. 50. I'm writing that number down, and then I have a one-time passcode. So I'm going to call. Let's make sure we have this on. You'll be able to hear this. Maybe you want to get, I don't know if you could, hopefully you could, this conversation can be picked up and that on the phone. That's what I'm hoping for. Otherwise, almost all this is almost for nothing. So, but we'll make it work. So let's call eBay and see what they say.
And what's the zip code or postal code on your account?
18427.
That's 18427, right?
Yes.
In a few words, tell me how I can help you.
Yes, I'm calling in to request a higher selling limits.
Okay. Let me pass you to an eBay teammate who can help. How can I help you today?
Hi, good evening. I'm a seller on the platform, and I've been on your platform since 1998. And just recently, I've started to list and want to sell more. And I'm looking to up my, I request my limits. I have a bunch of stuff that I just acquired that I want to list. But unfortunately, I'm capped, and I want to get that approved to get me back into selling more items.
Well, let's take a look here. Then who am I speaking with?
This is Patrick.
Thank you. And could you just verify your address for me?
My mailing address is P.O. Box 667, Hamlin, Pennsylvania, 18427.
Oh, I think this might be your physical address.
Hamlin, PA, 18427.
No, it's a different one. Oh, we can try both of them.
Well, I don't know. I don't know when you guys have last updated it. Maybe you have 131 North Lehigh Avenue in Wing Gap, but I haven't lived there in 18 years.
Not that one either.
Well, what address could you have? Okay, my what do you want? My home phone number or my cell number?
Whichever number you have on your account.
I don't know because I like I said, I've been on your platform for 21 years. So
My
you know,
home phone
no
number
one asked me for the one-time passcode either. How come?
Well, we're going through the verification process right now.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so that wasn't the phone number either. Do you have another one?
I have a cell number 5705. Does have you found me yet?
It has. Yeah, this is just us verifying that you are in fact Pat Shelley.
Yes, I am.
As well as the what do you call it? The code that you got. I don't want to call it passcode. That's not
Yeah.
Can I have that code that you were given?
Yeah, it's 103.
1030154. Now, before anything else, I guess, now you mentioned that you hit a limit, and I'm looking at your limits right now, but I still show that you have a lot of it still open. So let me take a look to see what exactly is the issue here. It's definitely doesn't have anything to do with your site limit. I want to see if you're hitting any other type of limit, like a brand limit, category limit, or hot item.
No, I'm only allowed to sell, I think, $5,800 worth of stuff.
How much was the item that you were trying to list right now?
Well, I got a couple hundred things to list now, which is gonna be.
I meant though the one that when you were trying to list when you got the message.
No, I didn't get the message. I looked where I was, and I think it said I had $229 yet to list, 75 items. But I'm going to be cut off, and I have 200 items here I need to list, and I'm actually thinking about. I'm going to next month change my subscription for the store, because right now I have a 250 store, so basic store subscription. So I'm gonna, once I get more approval to list more things, I'm gonna up that to do like 1,000 store fixed price listing. But I can't do that without having the ability to list more items. You know what I'm saying?
Let me take a look at something really quick. I'll be right back, okay?
Yep.
1 second.
Put me on hold, so we're gonna see what they say. No. Why are you going on hold? They put me on hold. Everybody plays the same hold music, it seems.
I want to know how none of those were your address.
Well, I'm trying to look it up now. It's PO Box 67. What are they talking about? It was updated June 12, 2016. And the phone number is 7456. I wonder if they're looking at the Fight for the One.
Okay, hello?
Hello?
Okay, so I figured out what was going on here, and why I guess the information you're giving me might have not matched. You have a couple of accounts, right? You have the Fight for the One, and then you have the one that you're talking about, which is Patdees.
Right.
So Patdees is the one that you.
Patdees is the one that Patdees is the one that I called in for.
Yeah, because when your information came through, it was for Fight for the One.
Well, Fight for the One is one that I had set up several months ago for. I'm a breast cancer survivor, and what I do is stuff that is donated to me, I list stuff on there, and then I sell those items and I donate the money.
That's super cool.
Yeah. But, it's funny because I went on my registration information. It's right on the screen here in front of me. And all the information that I gave you as far as my mailing address, my home phone number, it's all correct. And it was updated.
The PO box.
Yeah.
Yeah, the PO box was on the Patdees, but you had another address. It actually says Fight for the One breast cancer as part of the address on there, but it has like a
Well, it has.
street address
Yeah, well, because to be honest, it's a legitimate
organization.
organization, 501, registered with the IRS. So it has to have, and obviously I don't want people showing up at my house. So it has on that one, it has the 535 Hamlin Suite 300 because it's an actual like office address. Where the other is my Patdees, if you see. So, but anyways, you figured it out. This is where
let me work on,
yeah.
So let me work on getting you something much better because I did see that you're almost running out. But yeah, let's get you more to work with here.
Okay.
On your limit. All right. And what type of items do you normally sell on this account?
I mean, if right now I have 258 items. I mean, let's hold on a second.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of everything. Part of being what I've been going through the last 2.5 years, and I used to be a restaurant owner, so I wasn't as active over the last couple of years. I mean, I had probably the best year I had was 5 years ago, where I sold a lot of stuff. I mean, you can see my feedback is over 2,000, and if everybody left feedback, it'd probably be closer to 4,000, and I'm at 100%. So, I mean, you can see I'm in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 categories. So, I saw a variety of things. That again, I'm looking to, and I'm looking to up that because I'm getting new sources that people are interested in what I do and wanting to provide me with stuff. Because they frankly don't want to do it and do the work that's involved with listing on eBay, the shipping and all that stuff. So, they're coming to me and saying, "Hey, Pat, can you, sell this stuff for me and list it?" And, and then we work out a deal and as far as what I get and what they get. And so I came across a bunch of stuff recently, and I don't have the ability to really list it. And because this is the longest account, and I want people who give me stuff to be able to see what it sells for. Is I tell them my store name so they could go in and see what the stuff is selling for.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Man, so let me work on getting you something here. I want to try to see if I can at least double what you have. So I know right now you have 400 items. I want to see if I can bump that up to 800, and then your monetary limit, I want to see if I can get you at least 15,000.
Okay.
You think 15,000 would be good though?
Yeah, that would be good for now. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so let's go ahead and work this out here. Oh, wow, it's been a couple months since you called us for an increase. But yeah, you're already overdue for one.
Yeah, and like I have a history, so it's not like who I am. I'm not going nowhere, and I want to maximize, and really now that I just turned 47, I plan on staying on eBay as long as you guys are in business.
Yeah, no, and it'd be a shame if you did go somewhere else. I mean, it's rare when I see someone who's been here since the 90s. I don't know, it's like seeing a unicorn out in the wild. It's like, oh my god, it's like they do exist.
No, I've been since 1998. I had the need looking for baseball cards and old toys, and that's how I came across you guys. And I would sell stuff from time to time, and I mean, I think lifetime it's over $50,000 in sold items. Which I mean, I know people, to be honest, that do that in a month. But now I'm taking it, going back to really wanting it to be more of a full-time income, and I'm finding I'm running into the ability to get stuff. But this is why we need to up our limits up.
Yeah.
Which will benefit you guys and me too.
Oh yeah, for sure. And so I did manage to double what you currently have for the item limit. So in 2 to 3 minutes, your new limit will be 800 items. So you got that extra 400 to utilize on there.
Okay.
Yeah, your monetary limit will be the $15,000.
Okay.
And you'll even get an email. The email will just be for your for your records confirmation of what you're at now.
Right. Okay.
And just remember, if in 30 days you feel like you need another increase, give us a call.
Yep.
We'll always be more than willing to help out.
Not a problem. I appreciate, and sorry for the confusion in the beginning.
No, it happens. It's part of the job.
Yeah.
Part of the job.
Yep.
But yeah, I appreciate talking to you. I appreciate you taking the time to give us a call. But yeah, yeah, give us a call when you need anything, okay?
All right, buddy. Thank you, and you have a nice night.
You too.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Well, there you go. I showed you how I could call in, and there was a little confusion in the beginning because when I was given my information, I have a separate account I set up a couple months ago, Fight for the One. I only have about 10 items listed on there that were all donated to me. They're either usually books or movies, DVDs, VHS tapes, and those items specifically I sell and donate the money to, minus the shipping and eBay fees, of course, to benefit other male breast cancer patients. And it's funny because I have a $25,000 limit on there, and yeah, I'm pretty sure. Nah, maybe I have 10,000. I don't know, but I have at least a 10 or 15. I have at least $10,000 limit on there to sell things. Maybe it's not 25. I misspoke there. Actually, I think the 25,000 we have is on the other account with my son. So I think it's actually 10,000. So, but I only have the ability to sell about $6,000 on my account, Patdees. So now, as you can see, I called in. That took probably about 10 or 12 minutes, and I have now the ability to list 800 items and $15,000 worth of stuff. So I will now. We are at the end of March. So what I'll do, I'll change my store subscriptions soon. And I can probably change it this month, and it'll actually prorate it. So this way I'm not paying the extra 35 cents because I have easily 500 new items I want to list on that account, and I want to keep a variety. I want people that when they come and look for Patdees, that they see that I'm not just specializing in clothes. I'm not just specializing in electronics. That if somebody sees me through YouTube and wants to patronize my eBay page, that is greatly appreciated, first of all, and that they can say, well, he doesn't have nothing on there that I buy. If I have enough categories on there, then, there's a potential sale for, and again, I like having a little bit of the variety so that I could see what is stronger, and, there's always a learning curve there because, it would be nice to sell $100, $200 items a month versus selling $320 items a month, because it's harder to sell $320 items at times versus 100, but it all depends, I will learn and adapt to what we're going to do and what we're going to list, and we will have 3 stores, one for charity, one that my main store, Patdees, and I don't use the 72. I just use Patdees 72 on YouTube. On eBay, it's been Patdees for 21 years. I'm not going to change that. And then I have my son's store, which we don't give that name out. We're building that store up, and we're building it up pretty fast. We have close to 700 listings on that, and his store actually right now does better than my store because we have 3 times the listings, and we've had some good mix of product on there. Where my account, I've had some stale product. And what I'm learning to do is put some things on special, but I just wanted to share this with you. And I did, as you can see, I got the limit increased, and that's great. So hey, please like and subscribe to this video, and thank my son Joshua for holding the camera, helping me out. I appreciate everyone's support. We're closing in. I think we're at around 460 subscribers from 17 in December. So we're growing. We're going slowly, but we're growing, and we're trying to do 3 to 5 videos a week. 2 or 3 of them may be that we're on a live stream or we're on other people's channel and stuff like that. But we're in there every day. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and like and subscribe. Thanks. Have a nice night.